Hey, what's up, Bulldogs? I'm Giannis Castellano.
And I'm Eric Espinoza.
Today is Friday, September 14th, and we're your anchors. This week was the remembrance of 9/11. We are grateful for the heroes who provided help during this tragedy. This is what our fellow Bulldog faculty have to say about the day.
Incredible pictures. These happened just moments ago. And I believe we have someone with us on the line. Ira Firmer. We have Ira Firmer, the former NTSB spokesman. And you're watching these pictures as well with us, are you not?
Yeah, I'm with you on scene.
Now, go ahead. What can you tell us?
I just witnessed a plane that appeared to be cruising slightly lower than normal altitude over New York City, and it appears to have crashed into, I don't know which tower it is, but it hit directly in the middle of one of the World Trade Center towers.
Sean, what kind of plane? Was it a small plane, a jet?
It was a jet. It looked like a two-engine jet, maybe a 730.
Take me back to the day when 9/11 happened. What do you remember?
We watch it live, and it's a weird thing to do that in Cuba, because in Cuba you don't watch things live, but it was such a big trauma that we did watch it live. And then we saw the other plane hit the second tower, and it was a shock. I thought at the beginning it was like kind of a movie. It was a surreal moment, and it was really hard to watch. We didn't have class that day. We couldn't. Everybody was crying, and all the images of people jumping from the buildings and the towers crumbling. It was, I will never forget that. It was really hard to watch, and I don't think nobody will ever forget what they were doing or where they were.
And I'll never forget how we tuned in, and we were able to see, you know, the second plane crash into the tower. I remember having chills. Chills ran down my spine. I remember how terrified I was for our country. I remember how I kept my students calm. I remember a bunch of parents being called through the PA system, a bunch of parents picking up their kids early. So yeah, I remember it very vividly because it was at the beginning of my teaching career.
When I get to school, it was a madhouse. Parents and students were running in and out. I don't know what was going on. So my mom, all of a sudden I see my mom. She had already like gotten the slip to pick me up from running. She goes, no, we're leaving. And I was like, what's going on? And she's like, we're at war. And I was like, what do you mean we're at war? She goes, yeah. And she said, Las Torres Gemelas, the Twin Towers, they were hit.
And for the whole day, we were all on edge. I definitely knew something was wrong. Like, I remember all of my friends being taken home. Like, parents were standing outside waiting to take people home. And it was just really difficult to figure out, but that day you knew something changed.
The world was never the same after that. Everything was different, you know, and I kind of feel bad for this generation and all the generations that came after that, because now it's so normal for you guys. You guys have seen those images over and over again, and it just makes me sad that you have to grow up in a world like that.
Because nobody could believe the magnitude, or that somebody can possibly do this to America. It was just very sad, quiet. People were shocked. I saw more compassion in people after this. People were mourning for their families, desperate to find their families, and they just didn't know what to do, what to say. So all we could do at that moment was pray.
You definitely have to commend all the rescuers, you know, all those families that are still in grief, everyone that risked their life and ran in there to rescue someone but didn't come back out. It's something very admirable that they did, and you know, we'll never forget. We're never gonna forget 9/11.
Tomorrow, Saturday, September 15th, Hialeah Park is hosting Relay for Life to fundraise for cancer awareness. The event is honoring Robert Sanchez and many other cancer survivors. So go out and support the cause.
How did this all start?
This all started when, in my beginning of junior year, I had terrible back pain and I couldn't walk very well, and I'd wake up with terrible pains. So after months of seeing an orthopedist, they finally sent me to get an MRI, and that's when they saw 4 tumors. And after they did a biopsy in my stomach, they noticed I had Hodgkin's lymphoma.
What was the first thing going through your mind when you got the news?
It was mainly just confusion. I was scared, just completely confused, because you always see on the news all these people getting diagnosed with these terrible illnesses, and you never realize that this could happen to you. And when it happens to you, it's just scary and confusing. You feel like you're in a dream.
How did your illness affect your relationship with your family?
It was really hard on my family because this has never happened to any other of my family members. And my mom took it the hardest because she's a mother. It's not easy for a mother to feel this way and experience all these emotions of knowing that your kid is sick with cancer. It's not easy. I didn't see her for like 3 or 4 days.
How was the process of getting better?
The process of getting better first started with a biopsy and then a port placement in my chest, which is where they gave me chemo. Chemo was really hard. It's very tough on your body. It fatigues you, it takes away your energy. You lose your appetite. It's not easy at all. I lost all my hair. It was not an easy process at all.
What do you miss most about the school?
Definitely the social interaction. I missed all my friends so much and all my teachers. I got really bored at home. I was really sad at the hospital. The only thing that really kept me going was my best friend Christabel, who visited me every week, all the time. I can never, ever forget her for that.
Do you have anything to say to the audience?
My mom always said the best way to deal with something like this, and she thought it was very courageous of me, make sure you're always facing everything with a smile. Because when you're smiling, you have a positive attitude, and with a positive attitude, anything is possible.
Next week, the Law Academy is holding Constitution Week. They'll be hosting all week long.
Hi everyone, for those of you who don't know us, I'm Sebastian and this is my brother Brandon, and we are the founders of Are You Kidding Socks.
We want to thank all of you for supporting our annual Live Like Brothers sock campaign to support Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
As kids, we need to all come together and support each other. Did you know that September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month? And did you know that this ribbon represents childhood cancer? With the purchase of these socks, you are supporting our efforts to help raise funds and awareness for all those kids who need our help.
Because all kids deserve to be healthy.
Wear your socks all month long, all year long, and teach others why your socks are so important. Share your pictures with us on social media to show the world that you support. You can get your socks at your participating school or at areyoukiddingsocks.com.
Together we can knock the socks off childhood cancer.
Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day and keep the Bulldog Crowd alive. Go Bulldogs!
Can I say something? That was my